making up as I go along is what I'm calling the videos that are about the behind the scenes and the making of process. Enjoy.
When we have to change his
When I
face,
first found
we use
out that
replacement
Leica was
animation, which is
using
a
a
technique
face
that goes back
replacement
70
way of
years.
doing the expressions
We use
for
these
Kubo and the
things
two
which are made
strings,
out of a
I
3D
thought,
printer.
that's definitely an
And we
approach
have
that I can
thousands and
also
thousands of
take.
these faces. When we put all the different
Of
faces
course,
together,
I
there's
don't
actually
have
48 million different
the big
expressions.
budget
We have
of
to
a
change the face
movie
for one of these
studio,
expressions.
so
We just pop
they've got
Kubo's bangs off,
300 people
which is
working
also
on
how
this
we
or
have it done
something,
on
and,
this.
and,
It's a
and
little weird,
they've got a
I know.
librarian
It
just to
gets
keep
weirder.
track of all the faces.
And then we
This is
pop
quite amazing.
his face off. You can see his one little eye is still there.
Yeah,
and
but
then you can put it in
I thought that this is something I can
just
definitely
sticks
try.
together with magnets. And then, you put a new one on.
So the way I
Hair back
tried to
on.
approach this was to split the face between the top half and the bottom half. The idea is that facial expressions are made by mouth movement and cheek movement, and also eye movement and eyebrow movement. So I ended up with many pieces of combinations of the two, and because I can mix and match, I can actually get more expressions out of them. It seems to work out. So I ended up with a solution that uses magnets, quite like what Leica was doing. So I started looking at tutorials for this program called Zbrush. It's a digital sculpting program, and it's a far departure from what I'm used to, which are solid object, hard surface programs that are designed for engineers, really. This is designed for sculptors. I struggled with it quite a bit because it doesn't have dimension, and eventually I found a guy on YouTube that was teaching it in a way that I get it. I think when you're learning a new program, it's good to keep going at it and keep changing tutorials and teachers until you find the one that can explain it in a way that you understand and who can kind of understand why you're stuck and help you cross over those hurdles. Within a few practice sessions, I could start making facial expressions. Of course, I'm not starting completely with no knowledge of using the computer to do digital art or basic anatomy and drawing. But it's pretty cool to be able to do something completely different from what I'm very used to, which are like machines and robots and stuff. And by no means I'm an expert at this program. If you see some mistakes I'm making, please do point it out. If you're an expert, please, I could use the help. Or if you would like to see more or have more of this program explained in a greater depth, also let me know. So I started trying to figure out how I can 3D print this from the Zbrush program, and it's not quite so straightforward to have it to match up with pieces that I build with my other programs, but I finally got it done. So this is FDM printing. It's pretty rough, but it gives me a really quick way to figure out if my idea is working. So I definitely use this FDM printing for early prototyping. It also lets me start to figure out things like size and proportions, how big I want these, how big I want the eyeballs, and how they would look together with the figure. Next, I worked on the hair pieces. The hard pieces was not quite working. If you see, there's lots of cracks and stuff. I'll probably talk more about how I solved the hair issue in another video. Using simple drawings, I can start to plan the animation, and I send out my 3D prints to get printed with a vendor, and this is a much higher resolution or higher quality prints. And of course, every single piece has to be painstakingly hand painted. With both an airbrush and with traditional brushes. So I think I will have to be doing quite a lot of this as the series goes on, because I'll accumulate more and more expressions. And so this is how the end result is. It's still not very smooth. I mean, it's kind of jerky, but I quite like how it looks like. It's still pretty expressive. Hopefully, you know, as time goes by, I will be able to improve on these techniques. So I hope you enjoyed seeing how these faces have been created. Like I said, if you want anything else explained in greater depth, just let me know. Maybe I'll do another video on it.